Sup guys, this is Alex Chu. Today I'm coming at you with another episode about my cell realignment machine. Yeah, I want to tell you improvement of the cell realignment machine, okay, what I discovered. But before I tell you that, I want to tell you my name is Alex Chu. I'm the guy who invented physical mortality rings. These are the rings that you put on your small fingers. They're plastic covering magnets. You wear them, you don't age anymore. You become physically immortal, you know. For example, I'm already 48, you know, but I look the same as 30 years ago. About, yeah, pretty much the same, you know. And my voice didn't really change. I sounded like this, you know, ever since I was 16. Yeah, I could be a 16-year-old, right? I mean, you don't hear, see, I'm almost 50, but I can tell people I sound like I'm 16, right? That's pretty hard, right? Anyway, if you want to stay physically young forever, you go to livemuchlonger.com, livemuchlonger.com. Link is at the bottom of this video, okay? Buy a pair of these rings. They're only $20-some. Today I want to tell you about my cell realignment machine improvement. Again, you know, my cell realignment machine, okay, you put this 40 inches away from your body during sleep. 40 inches away, okay? And the improvement I found is that I discovered if I have a timer, if I have one of these delay cycle timer, it's called Repeat Cycle Timer. This one is Spartan series. Okay, it's a Spartan series Repeat Cycle Timer. You could buy this on eBay for like what, $30, you know? Around $30, $35, shipping included. What it does is that it has like two dials. Okay. Hold on. It has two dials, and one dial says on, the other one says off. So you right now it's set as 3 minutes on and 3 minutes off. You know. I don't know if you can see this. Yeah, I don't know if you can see it. Hold on a minute. There you go. 3 minutes on, 3 minutes off. Okay, there's two dials on this repeat cycle timer. What it does is that what you do is you plug the machine into this thing, right? And this is plugged to the wall, right? Or plugged to your extension cord. And it would turn the machine 3 minutes on and then shut the machine 3 minutes off. That's what it does. Turn the machine 3 minutes on, shut the machine 3 minutes off. And what I discovered is this, okay? I've been using this Repeat Cycle Timer, Spartan series Repeat Cycle Timer for about a week. And I discovered, yeah, it really does make the machine a lot better. See what happens if you don't have the repeat cycle timer. What the machine does is that it just turns on and it starts to realign your cell. You know, it realigns the cells, but then what happens is when you have the machine on for like 10 minutes or 20 minutes, you know, sometimes, I don't know, the machine would overheat your cells. You know, it would overheat the cells. And when it overheats, it builds up resistance, you know. So the healing it sort of slows down the healing. When the resistance is built up, it slows down the healing. And I was wondering, how can I improve this? How can I improve upon this, you know? So I thought about Repeat Cycle Timer. This thing, it turns on for 3 minutes and shut off for 3 minutes. I tried everything. I tried 10 minutes on, 10 minutes off, 5 minutes on, 5 minutes off. I discovered 3 minutes on and 3 minutes off is the best, okay? What happens is when you turn it on for 3 minutes, the machine emits energy, right, into your body, and it starts to realign your cells. But then resistance builds up. And it stops realigning because, you know, when there's too much resistance, the resistance would block off the electric circulation, you know, and it stops realigning. And what you do is this: you shut off the machine with the repeat cycle timer, and when you shut off the machine, the resistance is gone, right? All the resistance is gone, and then because the cell has already been compressed this far, right? What happened is after you shut off the machine, the cells, because it has already been compressed this far, the cells would further compress all by itself. You know, it would further realign itself without the help of a machine, you know? for another 3 minutes, and then what happens is when it realigns itself this much for 3 minutes, and then what happens is the machine would turn on again, and then the machine would send energy into the body again, and then to further realign the cells. So basically, it's like what I'm trying to do is use the machine to realign the cell, and then shut off the machine for 3 minutes, and then the cells realign itself, and then turn on the machine again to further realign the cells, and then 3 minutes later it shuts off, and then let the cells realign itself, sort of like that. Just this will make the healing a lot faster. And I discovered something funny. You see, last night, okay, I think I drank. I was making this, pork bone soup, and there's too much oil. There's too much oil inside the soup, and I wasn't careful, so I drank a bowl of that soup, right? And I started feeling, because I have asthma, and I felt uncomfortable. My throat feels uncomfortable after I drink that soup, and I can hear myself breathing. That's a bad sign. When you have asthma, you start to hear yourself breathing. That's a bad sign. It means, an asthma attack could happen. Well, I know I didn't eat beans, or I did not eat wheat or anything that could trigger asthma. So I know that eventually it will die down. But then I felt uncomfortable for about an hour, because after I finished drinking that soup, and I just felt uncomfortable, and I went to sleep. Because I drank the soup around 9 o'clock, and I went to sleep around 10. And I know that if I turn on the machine, it could help me relieve my uncomfort, in my throat. But what happened is when the machine shuts off for more than 5 minutes, I start to feel uncomfortable again. I was wondering, hey, how come I shut the machine off for 5 minutes? I would feel uncomfortable, Then, so yesterday I started trying to, this. I shut the machine, turn the machine on, and then for 3 minutes, and shut the machine off for 3 minutes, on for 3 minutes, off for 3 minutes. See, before that, I was turning the machine on for 5 minutes and shut off for 5 minutes, on for 5 minutes, shut off for 5 minutes. Last night I tried 3 minutes on, 3 minutes off, 3 minutes on, 3 minutes off, and my throat felt so good. My throat felt so good. I think here's my theory. What happened is when I turn on the machine, right? The machine is try to align the injury in my throat. The machine would realign the injury in my throat. But then after the machine shuts off for 5 minutes, the injury it opens back up again. I shut off the machine for too long, and the injury basically opens back up again. And then I felt uncomfortable again, That was it. 5 minutes was too long. So I shut off the machine for 5 minutes. That's way too long. So I was thinking, yeah, maybe I should try 3 minutes. So I started turning on the machine for 3 minutes, shut it off for 3 minutes. And what happened is, I turned on for 3 minutes, the machine sends energy to realign the injury in my throat. And then shut it off for 3 minutes again to get rid of the resistance, right? And then the injury realigned all by itself for 3 minutes. But then what happened is, when you shut off the machine more than that, when you shut off the machine for 5 minutes or 10 minutes, what happened is the injury it would reopen again. The injury would blow up again. If you shut off the machine for a long time. So that's not good. So now I discover 3 minutes on, 3 minutes off is the best, because what happened is you turn on for 3 minutes, it realigns the cells, and then once it gets to a certain point, you have to shut it off, or else the resistance would build up, right? And then you shut it off for 3 minutes, the cell keep realigning all by itself. But if you shut off the machine for more than 3 minutes, the injury could crack up again. The injury, it could open up again, That's a bad sign. So I discovered that 3 minutes on, 3 minutes off is really the best, So what happened is you avoid the injury from opening back, okay? You avoid the injury open itself back again. and then you also tune it to 3 minutes to make sure that there is no excessive resistance. You don't want extra resistance. If you turn on the machine for 10 minutes or 5 minutes, maybe the resistance is going to build weight up. When the resistance build up, the injury could also open back up because the resistance build up because your flesh is overheating. When the flesh overheats, it could open your injury back up. That's not good. So right now I do 3 minutes on to realign the cell a little, and 3 minutes off. If you turn off the machine for more than 3 minutes, the injury itself could also open back up. That's not good. So 3 minutes on, 3 minutes off, 3 minutes on, 3 minutes off. No extra resistance, and also no extra shut off time. So to allow the chance to give the cell your injury a chance to open back up. So I think, and then I woke up this morning. Wow, my throat I felt great. I haven't felt this good in a week. I feel great. So I think this is big knowledge. To turn the machine. To turn the delay. Repeat cycle timer on off. This is big knowledge. I want people to buy this. I want people, anyone who has my machine, to buy Spartan Series Repeat Cycle Timer. It's like $30 on eBay. I thought about making my partner build insert a little timer inside the machine somewhere. But my one fear is that timer has circuitry inside. My fear is it might. If I insert a timer in this machine, right, it might fuck up the. I don't know. It might fuck up the chi flow. It might fuck up the electron belt. Because when you add anything to the machine, it might screw up the entire electron belt. And another thing is that little chip, itself. I have to buy it for like $5 or $6. That little chip itself, and then I tell my partner to install it. He's going to charge me extra money to install that thing. He might charge like, I don't know, $15 to $20 because it is pretty complicated. It takes time. You have to adjust it and everything. It could take them, every machine could take them like 30 minutes to. So I'm like, fuck it. I just tell my customer buy this. I tell and also this is easier to. It's easier for customers to adjust. If I use that, I don't know if I have it here. Oh yeah, I have a little timer. Yeah, this little timer thing that my partner used to install things like this inside the machine. My fear is that because it has circuitry in this timer, and my fear is if I install this somewhere in the machine, if I put this somewhere in the machine, it might fuck up the electron belt. I don't know. It might. It might. Because here's a little. You see right here. There's a capacitor. This is a capacitor right here. This you don't know. You add a little. Just a small capacitor, it might fuck up the whole thing. So, I have fear that that's one of my biggest concern. And also, it's pretty difficult for customers to adjust. If customers don't like the 3 minutes on, 3 minutes off, then they have to adjust it themselves. Oh, it's a nightmare. It's a nightmare for a customer to go in there to adjust it by himself. No, it's not worth it. So I was thinking maybe I just tell customer buy this. I'm not selling this because it's I'm not going to sell this. Customers should just go buy this on eBay. They sell this on eBay. Repeat Cycle Timer Spartan Series. I do a 3 minutes on, 3 minutes off. Wow, it's great. It just like what I said. My throat felt great. See, it doesn't. When you shut it off for too long, the injury opens back up again. Fuck. So I only shut it off for 3 minutes. To get rid of the resistance, and then turn the machine back on, and then the healing continues. Oh, it's great. So anyway, that's all I want to say for this episode. I do recommend all my customers to, go buy it, and I apologize for. not being able to not being able to build this into the machine. But anyway, have a nice day.